might do your work differently to me and the way we work. Tourism is the exchange of friendship, the enhancement of understanding, and is a path to a better future. I do hope that after what I'm going to say, you will understand what I'm saying. And if you're going to be a rocker, a rocker with a mission to make tourism a success, then I think you will do your best. Tourism is heart to heart, people to people. You can always read articles, you can always see clips and whatnot, but it can never be replaced by the actual meeting, exploration, and the experience, the first-hand experience that you can see from meeting the people and visiting the place. For us, tourism, in order to have a good tourism in Thailand, it should be sustainable, as what you have said. There's so many things that you have to be responsible. So in Thailand, from the teaching of a king, sustainability will come from balance of three things. It's the business, meaning the figures, the community, meaning the people, and another thing that is equally important, and or maybe nowadays you feel that maybe it's most important thing is environment. So sustainability, especially with tourism, we must strike the balance between these three. Bring in the people, exchange of people, but then at the same time, we have to care enough and be sensitive enough that more people benefit from tourism. And last but not least, we must respect and preserve our mother nature. Second one, I touched on a bit already, people. What is the meaning of caring for other people? In Thai we call กระจายรายได้ wealth distribution. The problem of Thailand, I'm only talking about Thailand, especially in terms of the political things in the past, always come from the gap between the super rich and the very poor. The gap expanding or decreasing, tourism can do this duty. We have to make sure that tourism can bring more equality by giving the road distribution, caring enough not to promote not only the main cities, but the secondary towns, and making sure that even in the same town, not only the hotel will benefit, but the people who live around the hotel will also benefit. So road distribution is very important. And I think the past, what Thailand has been doing is making sure about promoting the secondary town, making sure that more people get something out of this. Last but not least, the success of tourism is not beautiful beach, great mountain, beautiful flowers, and whatnot. I mean, they are important. But what is most important, especially to Thailand, tourism is people. And so therefore, in the past, smaller town, the young generation, you are very young. You are all very young. The young generation, they might leave the hometown to the capital or to the big cities with better education, with better job. They never return to their home place. So what will happen if there is no one to carry on the torch of those little towns? So tourism should gives the sense of you call what something you should return to your place. Tourism will give you a new look that actually there is something good, something valuable in your little place where you have left. And if you look, you will find. But if you only see and never look down deeply, you find nothing. There is many little greatness in every place. So for Thailand, tourism helps to bring people back to their hometown, especially the young generation. When people return, especially the young ones, they will help to promote. If there is only the elderly people, or we call foreigners, because we have many Myanmar working in Thailand, Cambodian working in Thailand, will they be the one to represent tourism in the future of your place? Can never be. So it's the young generation. You were born there. You were born there. Somehow, when you look, then you discover your identity, the place identity, and then you will be the best ambassador of the place, and that will bring the sustainability of tourism. We believe that every little place or every country has its own beauty. It's more fun in the Philippines. That's what I remember. It's more fun. I was there, I think maybe 3-4 times for tourism meeting and also for the sports also. Maybe there's so many unique things over there. Very creative. Very creative. And definitely it's more fun. And it's different fun from Thailand. We appreciate that. And same thing as in Thailand. Bangkok is not Thailand. Chiang Rai is not Chiang Rai. Lampung is not Lampang. Lampang is Lampang. And Lampung is not. Even though they are next to each other. But there is something a bit different. The history is a bit different. The food is a bit different. The diet is a bit different. So the charm of each place is valuable and it can be lost if the young ones will not return and carry on what you already have. And so this is what I would like to explain to you, that when you do your mission, you're not working, but you're working for your country. You're working for your little town, and then you will feel that you bring out your best. Because I'm not doing it for the money that I will get, but I'm doing this because I believe in it. I love it. I want to share. I treasure it. And I want to make sure that people will see what I've seen, and I will do my best. Maybe today I fail. I can go back home and maybe cry in my sleep. But every morning you will have the new strength to wake up and do more. So that is tourism that I would like to explain to you. Every place is special. So you will be the one who communicate. Then the second thing that I would like maybe to give you the homework, if you can take it. COVID is not the answer. I think you have already touched on. In the bank industry, we call digital disruption. Maybe that is more important. Meaning, people change, lifestyle change. Crisis of digital bigger than the crisis of COVID. Because technology changes so fast, and then people share with technology, and especially the young generation. My daughter, who is coming to pick me up very soon, she never touched TV for I think 4 or 5 years already. We sell TV. So that's my problem. The, the crisis of home electrical appliances. But we have to accept that things change. We even saw notebook in the past, and there was a crisis of notebook because people turn to mobile phone, and we are not doing mobile phone. So this is the thing that you can understand. But I believe if you are rocker, I don't know how to pronounce it properly, rocker, and whatnot, you are the one in charge. You are the one that have to communicate. From the head, helping with the Toshiba Thailand and also the bank, no one believes in advertising. I think you know that. It's something that we all know believe. But we believe in ourselves. And how do you find friends? Even the friend that you actually you don't really know, but you feel that you are friend because you meet them in the mobile phone. So the story that you have been telling or you will be telling in the past through the mobile phone will help people, convince people, inspire people, educate people who are your fans to know more about your hometown, to know more about Thailand, to know more about the real precious of tourism. So you are in the right, I would say, job. I shouldn't say job, but actually is what you are doing. You are doing the very important thing, the best of the communication currently, or maybe in the future. Use it well. Use it well. And I believe, Pinoy, you are very creative. You are fun. And so therefore you can give charm in the story that you're telling. Last but not least, tourism is exchange. So it doesn't mean that you have to tell the story to promote only Thailand, or maybe little town, big town, and whatsoever of Thailand. Exchange meaning that you have to make sure that people know more about Philippines. There's a logic into this. This is the statistic of Thailand. The number of international tourists coming to Thailand in the past year, and maybe in the future, in the past year, of course, 30% coming from China, very risky, too big, 30%. But another 30% coming from ASEAN. So ASEAN is the key. We are very close. ASEAN can travel anytime, even with visa. So if you cannot think about anything, just pack and go. Neighboring country of ASEAN, we are the second home of each other. We know each other so well. You can come many times a year. And actually we are doing this. And so therefore, the exchange is important because ASEAN traveler is already there. With the better GDP of any country, thank God. Because whatever you are growing in terms of economy, you will come to my country anyway. You will come within this 9 or 10 countries anyway. So we should support each other. And so therefore, we have to make sure that wealth distribution is not only within the country, but wealth distribution must be within the ASEAN as well. When other countries grow in ASEAN, we will get it directly or indirectly. And at the end, Thailand is small, Philippines is small, but ASEAN is big. We have to make sure that ASEAN grow more and more. Now the eyes of the world turn to ASEAN. We have to unite by helping each other, understand each other, making sure that I think General will always say we should never leave anyone behind. And this is not just beautiful words. And this is not only the role of the government. It should be the role of individuals. I believe this is the last thing that I always give to my team. In my company, we always have red brick. Red brick building since my parents' time. But my mother interpreted red brick, not only architecture, but as people philosophy. People is most important. My mom said that everyone is equal to one red brick. I'm one red brick. My driver is one red brick. My worker who is now producing refrigerator in the factory is also one red brick. You are one. You are one. I am one. If one red brick is lying on the ground, maybe it is meaningless. But if all the red brick gather and we put the right people in the right place, we can become a great architecture. So meaning that every position is equally important. Whether or not you're coming from the main city, you're coming from the smallest city, you're coming from Thailand, you're coming from Philippines, you're coming from Cambodia or even Laos. No one is small and no one is less. The power of individual is only in your heart. If you believe in it and take action, you are powerful. But if you think that you have no strength, you wait for people to do certain things, you wait for government, you wait for budget, you wait for what? You are just one person. But if every day you wake up, use your strength. You have power. Everyone has power. The power of communication is only worth it. And you are so powerful. So every one of you, join hands. You have done a great job already. Carry on the torch. Exchange the traveling between the ASEAN countries. Making sure that we all grow up together. Give the right story. No one is perfect. You don't need to give only beautiful pictures. I mean, whatever you have seen, you can say it. No, and knowing in your heart that there is no 100%, and no one is worth. And so therefore, treasure what we all have. Be the power of ASEAN. So thank you.
Thank you so much for excellency. Thank you also for sharing your wisdom with us today. I will learn a lot from you. Remember, everyone, we should be a vlogger with a mission. And I can relate to that as well. Because I'm also aviation and tourism professor here in Thailand. So I can relate to tourism sustainability, number one, business, community, and environment, and a lot more. So we're going to discuss that further. Do you have any question for Her Excellency? Okay, Lizette of Fiona Vlog.
Good morning, Her Excellency Kokan. I was able to meet you 2 years ago in UNWTO meetup in Manila. So my question is, since we are here in Thailand and we would like to build sustainable relationship and our presence here in Thailand become more meaningful in the Thai society, connecting us to the ASEAN neighbors, I'd like to know how we can connect more in terms of getting support and in bridging the relationship of our influencers who are here, who are Filipinos, with the local government perhaps, or perhaps the Ministry of Tourism of Thailand, and how we could support each other in a mutual beneficial activity perhaps, because I've noticed that in order for us to become more sustainable in this ecosystem, we have to be able to reach out to the locals. And since we are parangs here or expats, then I think we would like to know how we could get it started and to keep the ball rolling in here.
Thank you. I think you're doing it, but then at the same time, I would say now and to the future, one of the strategy of Thailand, they say that they will go for more of the quality tourism. Quality tourism doesn't mean we only cater for the rich people. No, we cater for every pocket size, every pocket size. But quality meaning that making sure that people stay and they understand the place. Making sure that people stay. I think the length of stay in Thailand in the past average is about 7 to 8 days per trip. So therefore, can it be expanded to 1 more day so that you can visit maybe one more little place, you shop more. If I think spending per head per day here around 5,000 baht per day. Can it be 5,500 baht? Meaning you buy a bit more of here there, especially the local handicraft and whatnot. So you work. I think you definitely work with Ministry of Tourism and Sport, maybe TAT, Tourism Authority of Thailand. That is, they will still be the key. But then at the same time, I have talked to the beautiful lady over here. The problem of Thailand, there are so many ministries, and many ministries also working for tourism. So it's not only Ministry of Tourism of Thailand. This is not good, but it's that Ministry of Interior, Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Culture, they all work, they all touch local tourism. So there are other ministries also doing this. But then at the same time, I think that you should not only work for the government place, also the local people. Now, I would say that every 2 weeks, very active. In another hand, here, I'm the advisor of Chamber of Commerce of Thailand. Chamber of Commerce of Thailand now try to call themselves the Chamber of Commerce and Service. So meaning Chamber of Commerce is now taking care 100% of tourism also. So they have the chapter called YEC, Young Entrepreneur Chamber. You get in touch with YEC of every province. Now we have active group of YEC in every province, meaning they are the young one working for the chamber of each province. And I would say all of them touching on tourism. So they have many stories now. They want the world to know. They want more people to know. They want ASEAN to know more. So I think so not only from the government side of view, but from the private side of view, meaning the chamber, I would say, the town, the place. They want to communicate, and their problem is English. Sad to say, they don't have strong English. Maybe they might have some, but not many people, especially very local. You can help to tell the world in English what they are doing, they will be doing. So your story will be very, very fresh and very in-depth and very powerful. And then at the same time, this is something that you can do. I would say, I think maybe it's the same thing. To tourism in Philippines. So you should not only work with the government. Place. I think there might be YEC of Philippines, maybe Young Entrepreneur Chamber of Philippines. I think that should be, because we sometimes maybe have the group of the young people exchange in terms of trading. So I would think that would be people doing something about tourism. So public-private working together, and you will be the great bridge, communication bridge, helping to exchange and communicate around the country.
Thank you so much. Please give Your Excellency a round of applause. Thank you also, Tayona, for vlogger your question. And this time, let's have the exchange of token from Department of Tourism by Kun Prang to Her Excellency Kup. Thank you so much. Once again, a warm round of applause, please. And this time, may I request the organizers and our invited guests for photo op. All right, this time with the guests, please. Mr. John. All right, thank you. This time with the organizers, please. Can we have yes, with the group? Yes, everybody please stand and find your place. All right, thank you so much. All right, so once again, thank you so much, Mr. Michael Lindon Garcia, the first Secretary in Council of Philippine Embassy in Bangkok, Thailand. Thank you, sir. Thank you also to Her Excellency Kopkan Watanavangcho, Chairperson of the Board, President Bank, Chairperson of Kushiba, Thailand, former Minister of Tourism and Sports, Kingdom of Thailand. Thank you also to Ma'am Zenny Vanay, the CEO of Vanay Group of Companies, and the woman who introduced Filipino gastronomy. She is the owner of Viva Filipinas and Lola's Kitchen, and this Akara Hotel. And thank you also to Sir Enrico Mariano, the Director of Philippine Trade and Investment Center, Bangkok, Department of Trade and Industry. The very supportive efforts. So Sir Rico will give an inspirational message, or sorry, a message for us later on. So this time, we will proceed with the getting to know each other activity by me. Nagkusina ni Chef Nick. Okay. So do you have your paper na ba? Wala pa. If you don't have yet, lady, I didn't know that you have a vlog. Welcome. Papel pa kasi I'm going to give away, no, not cash prizes, but a simple gift lang. Hello, madam. It's nice to see you again. Welcome. Meron na ba kayo? Alright. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. So all you have to do, sino ba may pen? Walang pen sa inyo. Okay. So don't worry, marami tayo. Unlimited ito. Sino walang pen? 500 baht lang po. Just kidding. Mura naman. Sino walang pen? Ano ba? Pen, pencil. Pwede kahit may plastic pa, pwede buksan. Okay, don't be shy. Okay. So you can put your mask on para safe, right? Okay. So instruction. Look for someone who can answer yes to the following questions and write or his or her YouTube account name or media platform name. Find someone who, first, has more than 1,000 subscribers or followers in his media platform. Find someone who has a monetized YouTube channel. Find someone who has the same niche with you. Find someone who has been in YouTube for more than a year. Or find someone who lives outside Bangkok. Or find someone who was born in December. Kasi manilibre siya mamaya. Okay? Remember, if you finish early or in a short period of time, you have to raise your hand and come here because I need 4 persons who finish, and I will give you this courtesy of Consideration, courtesy of Nick Trinidad. We don't have paper yet. Okay. Alright, everybody please stand. Please stand, mix kayo ha. And when I say go, you may start now. Alright, and 1, 2, 3, go! Hindi pwedeng mix kayo sa ibang table ha. Hindi pwedeng isang table lang. Hindi pwedeng isang table lang. Mix kayo ha. Nanaano na ba? Beshi Mark and John, would you like to May nanalo na ba? Come here! May nanalo na ba? Wala pa? Oh, we have one winner here. Oh my, come here. One winner. I need 4 winners. Raise your hand. This one here. All right, write your name, please. April. Alright, we have one winner. Yes, thank you. Jonathan. This record. Grabe ka na come here. Chocolate wafer lang ito. Alright, thank you. Grace Rizal, 1, 2, 3, and 5. Sorry. Alright, and we're done. Finish. Finish, we're done. Alright, sorry, finish.